where the Indo-US relationship will go. What is the trajectory? You know, this book by Dennis Cook's, Estranged Democracies. For the longest time, one of the most bizarre aspects of this was the fact that India and US, the largest democracies, were on opposite sides in opposite camps. And today we are strategic partners, right? The bilateral trade is over $200 billion. Do you think that this trajectory is going to be altered by the Donald Trump presidency if it comes in because of the unpredictability it brings in, or is there a consensus in the establishment in the US?
Well, you have to understand, India is a rising power, and one day it's going to be a great power. So that's a given. And when you look at the US-India relationship, it's geopolitically aligned, it's economically aligned, it's from a technology perspective aligned, and also from people to people. We have around 5 million Indian Americans in the US, making roughly 1.5% of the population, but producing 6% of the GDP of the country. When you're looking from a geopolitics perspective, basically US-India sees China as a threat. And from that perspective, both countries are aligned. The Quad, which is taking place in partnership with Japan, Australia, India, and US, is moving in the right direction. You have I2U2 on the western side, basically, where you have Israel, UAE, India, and the United States. And now we have announced the IMAC corridor, which is India, Middle East, and Europe. So to answer your question, I think the interest shifts. And at the moment, India is a star because the interests are aligned. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it may shift. So that's why it's important that India basically on its own becomes self-sufficient. And I think that there are two principles which are driving the relationship between India and the US. One is the economic prosperity of India by US is seen is good for America. Because as the purchasing power of people go up, they're going to procure more and more US goods and services. Education, we have 270,000 Indian students contributing over $9 billion. And the second aspect of the relationship is driven by military. US believes that a military strong India is good for regional stability. So that means you basically get off India from Russian platform, make it more make in India itself. And we believe strongly as time goes by, India will become a very strong net exporter of defense equipment competing on a global basis. So to answer your question, this relationship will flourish. If President Trump comes in, he was there earlier, the relationship was good. We had Obama, Trump, and Biden. So I think regardless of which president comes and goes, the relationship will continue in a positive trajectory.